welcome back to Let's Plug It In podcast. I am your host, Benny, and we are back in the studio. I miss the studio. Did y'all miss the studio? Because I miss my background, okay? I miss the plants. I miss the other one. I miss my little watch that ain't got no, whatchamacallit, no battery. I miss Isaiah. Somebody commented on one of my videos and they was like, oh, I love the painting behind. Yes, that's Isaiah. One of my, whatchamacallit, my roommates, one of my friends. She gave me this. I bullied her into giving me this, and it's literally one of my favorite things ever. What I'm trying to let y'all know is that I miss the studio because we was up there trying to watch the polygamies, which I'm happy we watched. Okay, it was a lot of things going on. My blood pressure was high. Okay, my blood pressure was trying to be higher than the son of God, but we done watched the polygamies and finished it, and I'm glad I did. It was one of those shows that it started off as very predictable because I could almost tell some of the things that would happen. Maybe because in Africa, as a Congolese babe, maybe because I've just seen a lot of just nothing and a half men that I could almost predict where a lot of the things were going, with the exception of everything else. You know what I'm saying? Like Lindani, you got whatchamacallit, Essie. Those are things I did not see. And the ending I did not see either, right? So shout out to y'all for suggesting that I watch it. It just definitely was a journey, okay? It was a journey, and I'm trying to let y'all know right now, you need to subscribe because it's going to be a whole lot more things coming. I'm working on something very, very special. Which is why, again, first of all, public announcements, okay? Breaking news, public announcements. This episode gonna air tomorrow, which is Tuesday. I'm recording on Monday. But the following episode after this, if you've never watched anything I've ever done, if you've never liked, if you've never commented, let the next episode be the episode that you pull up on your girl because, baby, I'm shooting my shots, okay? When it comes to this here podcast, I'm shooting all my shots, okay? I'm vulnerable. I'm exposing myself and I'm asking everybody and their mama to do the 1213. So please support me. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't be asking y'all for a lot of things, okay? I don't even be asking y'all for nothing. I do be asking her for a lot. And once I'm done with this, I'm going to ask again. But please, 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 watch that next episode. Watch this one too, okay? Subscribe right here. Follow on the podcast. I watch my colleague, the Spotify and the Apples. But the next episode that I drop, I am working on something. I'm working on, just doing a little 1213. This podcast, if you can't tell, I am taking this seriously. Like I've been the most consistent I've ever been on anything this long format. Like I've been so consistent and I'm trying my best to just let it do what it do. So I need your help. Watch the show, share with your pet, share with your cousin, share with your daddy, share with your, your mama and them, and your cousin that's not really your cousin, that was your mommy's best friend, that's their child, that's their pet and their cousin. Share it with them too. Please, even if you don't talk to them, send the link. They're going to be mad like, what the hell is this person talking about? And then they're going to click my video and they're going to be hooked because I'm going to do a good job on that next year video. Please, 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 please. I'm begging you, okay? I'm not even just asking. This one I'm begging, okay? When the next episode drops, please, please, please engage with it. Let it do what it do. And let me not keep y'all long, okay? We're just going to go ahead and get started with this here episode, shall we? How are y'all doing? How is your family doing? And speaking of family, we have our good sister, Dr. Zion herself, Clarissa Shield, who lets us know that next year she's planning on becoming a mother to Papoose. Papoose, who's still legally in a committed relationships with Dr. Zion herself, Remy Ma, the rapper who been in jail, okay, for trying to go ahead and get somebody their Lazarus on.
For 2026, like
I'm having a baby.
Oh, okay, that's for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
I'm having a baby.
Do you prefer like a girl, a boy? I mean, I know obviously healthy baby, but do you have any like?
Pat want a boy, so I want a boy.
Oh, okay, okay.
You know what I'm saying? I don't mind either one.
Is he gonna box? Is he gonna box your son?
My son probably gonna rap and box.
He gonna do both.
Little dude gonna have a hand problem for sure, like his daddy.
No, that's awesome.
But no, I think I've already decided at the age of 30 I wanted to start my family, So I'll be 31. It's a year late, but it's fine. I just want to get my 2 or 3 fights out the way, and then I want to start my family, and then after that I can get back in shape and fight some more, and probably come back lower. You know what I'm saying? But who knows?
First things first, we don't talk enough about how beautiful Clarissa Shield is. Like beyond her talent, Clarissa is such a beautiful, beautiful black woman. And I'm just kind of like, beloved, you trying to start a family with Papoose. Do you know that he's in a family of his own? How you gonna try to get your matipa on, okay? Trying to get into a family, okay? In the club with your family. You trying to get into a family with Papoose. Papoose who's still in an entanglement with Remy Ma. Remy Ma who done try to give somebody the Lazarus on and went to jail and got her Paul and Silas on. That's the man you trying to go ahead and have a family with, beloved. I know you're a boxer, but like, how did they hit you in the head? Okay, how hard? How many injuries did you survive in the boxing ring? Okay, what do you mean? Comment down below and let me know. And also, you have, I watch my call him Papoose. Papoose is like 111 at this point. Clarissa ain't number 31. Clarissa gonna be my senior by 1 year. Okay, it's gonna be Clarissa and then it's gonna be me. Okay, me and her, we could have been what do they call them? Them nanny twins. Is it the Irish twins? Is that offensive to say Irish twins? I don't know, child. Child, is it offensive? I don't know. But we was them Irish twins. But Papoose gonna be, how old Papoose gonna be? Hold on. I know Papoose old. Okay, that baby old with him. Papoose. How old are you? Papoose. Papoose. And why is name Papoose? That just sounds like a bird. You know what I'm saying? Like Papoose. Papoose. Papoose sound like a bird. You know, in freaking Asia or something. Papoose gonna be 48 years old. Now, let's plug it in. If Papoose gonna be 48 years old, okay, and our good sister, daughter Ozan herself, Clarissa Shield, gonna go ahead and be 31 years old. The gap between them gonna be 17 years. Comment down below. Is that too much for y'all? Because it's like when she was out here trying to dookie and her parents was going down there to go ahead and change her diaper, Papoose was out here crossing some canals. He too was going down a couple coochies, but not to change no diapers. Okay, ain't that too long? But I wish her a happy family. Our good sister done let us know that she gonna go ahead and have her kids. And after her coochie or whatchamacallit stops throbbing, she gonna go ahead and go back down there at the ring and have somebody knock her head all around and she gonna be sleep deprived because she gonna be her a new mother. Okay, to Papoose. Papoose who gonna be 111, okay, still in an entanglement with Remy Ma. Remy Ma, okay, who went to jail after giving somebody their Lazarus on. Almost, allegedly, is it true? But that's the man that our good sister Clarissa Shield wants to go ahead and be in a family with. In the club with your family, she trying to be a family with Papoose. And I wish them nothing but the best. Moving on. Now, speaking of children and family, we have the family woman herself, daughter of Zion Rihanna, who decided to go ahead and hit the stage. And this is the performance that she gave to the people of God. Let's take a look. If I bleach my skin, can y'all hire me to perform too? Because what the hell was that? I'm sorry. Whoever owes our good sister money, please, please. Whoever is the bitch that owes our good sister money, go ahead and pay up so that way we can go back in the lab, okay, and get us some foundation matching, because that baby did not want to be there. She had the nerve to be like, oh, I miss you guys. We love it now. Go ahead and be with your kids, okay? We've accepted that you're not trying to give us no more music, but let's not stop it. That baby didn't want to be there. What was this? What in the Mary J. Blige mess is going on? Rihanna, Robin Fenty. Is it Robin Rihanna Fenty? We love it now, okay? Go ahead and go back to your children. That baby tired. She don't want to do this, okay? I'm not saying you cannot perform after kids, because Beyonce, Victoria Monet, Sierra, it's so many women performing and doing the low 1 2 1 3 after kids. Rihanna ain't one of them people. Rihanna ain't trying to do no music. Like, let this baby rest, okay? She was in there like, like she was doing anything up in there. What is going on? Rihanna, please go lay down. You are a family woman right now, and you've showed us, okay? You've told us and you've showed us that you literally want to be with your family. You want to focus on, your other ventures. Leave music alone, okay? Because this was a lot. Okay, because whoever owes you money, pay our good sis, okay? Pay our good sis. Please, please. Let her have her money so she could go ahead and lay back down, please. And in keeping up with the trends of kids, you had our good sister, Dr. Ozan herself, who came online and told us this.
What if God gave you the kids that you needed before he gave you the man that you deserve?
So just to reiterate, right? She said, what if God gave you kids that you needed, meaning multiple children, before giving you the men that you deserve, right? If you haven't noticed, for this video, we are focusing on children and mothers, because I truly believe that children belong to their mothers, no matter how much support you even have in your partner, as a general, just like status of the world, as a general way of life, no matter how much support you have with your partner, with your husband, with, whoever, right? Children do belong to their mothers, right? Before I address this video, one, I know a lot of single mothers who are in my life personally, and I also know a lot of married women who are operating as single mothers. So my heart always goes, okay? My heart always goes towards single mothers and supporting them. What I wanted to play is one of the things that actually happens throughout pregnancy to a woman's body. And once I play the video, then we're going to come back and talk about it. And there's a couple other, there's a couple that I also wanted to bring into this conversation as well from the show Blue Therapy that I meant to do many months ago, but it just never felt right. And I never really had the language around it until this video right here. So let's go ahead and play the video from, a doctor. I've seen her content online just about women's health and all of the things that women need, right? So let's take a listen.
After I called my husband a placenta, it became clear that not enough of you know how a placenta works. So I created a Venn diagram called Things the Placenta Does, divided by what's good and what's evil. To be honest, I ran out of room in the evil category. Good things the placenta does. Number one, it gives nutrients to the baby. Glucose, amino acids, fatty acids, vitamins, minerals. It also takes waste away from the baby. Carbon dioxide, taking away urea, bilirubin, the same thing that your kidneys, your liver, your lungs do as an adult, the placenta does that for the baby. It also protects baby from certain toxins. So for example, the placenta filters heavy metals from getting to the baby. This is why you shouldn't eat your placenta. It has mercury in it. More importantly, there are many evil things that the placenta does, and I would like to tell you about them. Nausea, vomiting in pregnancy, that's because of placental hormones. High blood pressure and preeclampsia, that's because the placental blood vessels will force blood to get to the baby no matter what. Placental abruption. At any point, the placenta can just rip itself off of the uterine lining, just yeet itself off, Now we're no longer giving oxygen and nutrients to the baby. Baby could die, mom could die. Evil. Reflux, heartburn in pregnancy, that's because of placental hormone. Increased risk of blood clot and stroke during pregnancy and postpartum, that's because of placental hormone. Why are you so short of breath in your pregnancy? Placental hormone. Cholestasis of pregnancy, placental hormone. Gestational diabetes, that's because of placental hormone. Nasal congestion, constipation in pregnancy. Swelling and water retention in pregnancy, placental hormone. Your hemorrhoids, part of that is because you have a bowling ball on those veins, but it's also placental hormone. Cancer. This is a lot of people don't know about this. There's a kind of cancer that you can only get as a result of a pregnancy, and that's called gestational trophoblastic neoplasia. Pregnancy does not increase the risk. Pregnancy is the cause of this cancer, and that's placental tissue. There are some things that I could not quite classify as good or evil, so I put them in the middle. Number one, the placenta attaches itself to the uterus. Good, so that it could do nutrient and waste exchange, but bad is it could lead to a placenta accreta. It invades itself into the wall of the uterus, and sometimes the placenta can even go beyond the uterus. It can invade your bladder, your colon. You will need a hysterectomy. It also leads to skin changes in pregnancy, and this is good and bad because, for example, it makes your nips darker so that your baby could find it when your baby's trying to eat. But it also leads to things like melasma on your face, and a lot of people don't like that. It also causes immune changes. So in some parts of your immune system, they're down-regulated so that your body doesn't attack your baby. However, that can also lead to reactivation of certain things because your immune system is not as strong. So herpes can come back with a vengeance, shingles, more prone to getting a lot more sick from things like flu, COVID. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. I do not trust the placenta, and neither should you.
That was a lot, and I kept the name if you just ever want to go follow her and see the content that she puts out, right? The reason why I played that video and the reason why I wanted to incorporate this video in conversations around children belonging to their mothers is because during pregnancy, a woman is at risk of all of these things, right? Not every woman that gets pregnant is going to experience cancer, right? We do know that. Not every woman that gets pregnant is going to experience, preeclampsia. We do know that. But there's also a lot of women, particularly Black women, who experience a lot of the issues. Women in general can experience all these issues, but a lot of women, particularly Black ones, do experience a lot of these issues, regardless of how much money they have, regardless of their class status or any of those things, regardless of their fame, regardless of all the things going on. A lot of women can experience a lot of these things due to lack of proper care and a whole host of things, right? But as a general consensus, as a general rule, pregnancy is not a joke. Okay, being a parent, being a mother, okay, and carrying your own children, because there are so many ways to become a mother, right? But being a mother through birth, through pregnancy, it has so many risks that I don't think enough people really do know what can happen. As the lady said, not a lot of people know how the placenta actually works, including me. It's a lot of words that she threw up in there, and I was like, wait a minute, I don't even know what that means. So, in tying it with the conversation around, all the women that we've actually spoken about on this here video, you have our good sister Clarissa Shield, who's talking about how, when she gonna have her children, and then she gonna go ahead and get back into boxing. She gonna do a little 1, 2, and 3. The reality is, it's never the same. It really, your body is never the same. You go through a lot of things. You can go through some of these things, right? Like preeclampsia is very common around Black women. You can go through high blood pressure. You could go through whatchamacallit, nausea, all these different things just during the pregnancy. And once you deliver, it's not like a lot of these things just kind of disappear. These things carry you through postpartum, right? So for her to be talking about how I'm gonna go ahead and have my babies, and then I could just come back and just let it do what it do very casually. I'm not saying it's impossible. What I am saying is that a child will slow down a woman's career, a woman's purpose, a woman's plan of her life in a way that it does not do a man. Children belong to their mothers. Papoose already got three. Does he have three, four kids? Papoose already has three, four kids. This baby is walking around living his best life, which, by the way, why were they down there at whatchamacallit, this award show? I believe it was the BET award, Clarissa and Papoose. Why Papoose was looking like this baby don't want to be there? Like Clarissa was out here, like, singing like only God can do it and doing the whole hullabaloo, praising the Lord and everything in between. And Papoose was there just annoyed. And I'm like, Papoose, like, you mad? Who you mad at? Is it Clarissa? Is it the videographer? Or is it that God can't do it? You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes the Lord don't be wanting to do it. Okay, sometimes I be like, Lord, where are you? And it's like, beloved, I'm resting. Please. On the seventh day, he rested. He be like, I don't really want to do nothing.
Okay, I got
you. Was it the song? Like, was the Lord not doing it? Like, was Clarissa not doing it? Was I not doing it? Because I know I ain't did it. Okay? Why Papoose was so mad? You know what I'm saying? And I'm just kind of like, as a woman, which, I don't want to reduce the entire relationship with just that little clip, right? But he already has three kids. Like, how present was he in the lives of those other children? And for you to sit over here and think that somehow you are going to go ahead and have the children by him and everything is just going to be all willy-nilly, you're going to go right back to boxing. It's just a little, I don't want to say naive, but it's a little unrealistic. Because children, they just change your priorities as a woman. Now, it could just be that these people got money, okay? Because the average person, the average mother, they have to navigate a whole lot of things, right? But people that be having money, they can go ahead and have them a full nanny, you know what I'm saying, like a night nurse. Like, they could have them a whole lot of resources that can allow them to come back. We see somebody like, Serena Williams, after giving birth, I believe she came back into tennis, was doing a little 1-2-1-3, won like an award, if I'm not mistaken, right? It is possible. So maybe the rich just have a way of just like not overriding certain things, but like having enough access to help, aid them through certain changes that can come with motherhood, right? But I'm sure what is, common for all of us women is that it just changes things. And it's never the same. Your body is never the same because women are the ones that bear children and men do not. So men can father as many kids as they want. Because in the video, she was talking about like, oh, Papoose wants him a boy. Papoose has other kids. It hasn't affected his life like that for real, for real. I bet you if we ask the women that he has children with, the women carry a little bit more responsibility. The women carry a little bit more care of the kids than he does. So it's not just something you can go ahead and bounce back. Let's take Rihanna, which again, you have Rihanna, which, I'm sure she had always wanted to maybe slow down on music. But the performer that we have today in Rihanna is not the performer we used to have, right? As much money as she has, as much resources as she has, motherhood is tiring. Motherhood has a way of just like, draining a little bit more of your energy in a way that it doesn't do the man. Her man was down there, performing or whatever. Like he can carry on with his life because although he became a father, nothing really changed physically with him the way it does with women. You know what I'm saying? Like you have a good sister, like the balance, like she's a little wobbly with it. You know what I'm saying? Like children would do that to you. You do have to train extra hard to essentially just kind of like navigate and let it do what it do to make sense of the things. But children will change a woman's life in a way that it would not do a man. So children belong to their mothers, right? That's the point that I'm trying to make. And so back to the video of our good sister was letting us know that what if God gave you kids, as in multiple kids that you needed before giving you the man that you deserve? I don't know that I believe that. Because then that brings us into the conversation of like what we actually think of God. It really brings us to the conversation around like, when we say God is good, a lot of us don't actually believe it. Okay. And I'm not saying that from a place of like, arrogance. It's been seasons in my life where I'm like, beloved, is the goodness in the room with us? Let's just go ahead and check. Like, let's check under my couch. because it's never the existence of God that I've questioned, but it's been, his presence. It's been his goodness sometimes that I've been like, wait a minute, like, where you at? Okay. Where you at? And can you pull up on the kids real quick? Right? And so when we talk about the goodness of God and we really believe that God is good and that God wants great things for us, we can then at the same time be like, what if God gonna give us kids that we needed before giving us a man that we deserve? The man that we deserve is the support to help you maneuver, to help you navigate a season where you might experience some, if not a lot of the things that the doctor just mentioned. You could experience cancer, okay, preeclampsia, okay, swelling of the feet, nausea, fatigue, right? Like things shooting up your uterus, doing a little 1, 2, and 3. Like you could experience all these things and your life could be at danger. You could be at risk of death, like actually getting your Lazarus on. All these things can be happening, and you cannot tell me that you really believe that God is good and that God wants good things for you, and you believe that He gonna let you go through that by yourself without the support that you need. The Bible does say what? It is not good for men to be alone as a general thing that we're supposed to exist in community. I believe it's not good for women to be alone either, especially in a moment like that. God can desire that for you. Does life happen? Absolutely. We was all out here touching and agreeing, doing everything under the sun. Like I'm not, no judgment, no shade, no tea, because I was doing the same. Okay. I was doing the same and I don't feel no ways about it. I was doing the same. But the reality is, it brings into question, what do we really believe about God? What do we really believe about His goodness? Do we really, when we say God is good, do we really believe it? Do we really believe that He wants good things for us? Because there's no way He's going to allow you to go through all of those things. Okay? Because every pregnant woman may not go through everything on that list, but you are checking off at least 5 to 6. Okay, 5 to 6. Easily, okay? Easily. And the man that you deserve is the support. It's the first line of support. And it's okay for, again, life happens. It's okay. But what I found problematic with that messaging was essentially suggesting that, it is sometimes by design from God for you to suffer first in order to earn the good men, in order for you to earn, right? As a Black woman, that rang to me as that struggle love. That rang to me as a Black woman, I'm supposed to accept a lot of struggle. I'm supposed to accept, loneliness. I'm supposed to accept challenges and pain and seasons where I feel like I'm going to lose my mind, because that's what motherhood would do to you. I should expect all those things by design from God before He could reward me with the ease of having a supportive man that I deserve, quote unquote, to help me through that season. That cannot be the plan of the Lord. I reject that. I reject that. And again, life does happen, right? But I don't want young women to go into, not to not prepare themselves, to not actually, take every precaution under the sun to avoid ending up in a situation where you could go into motherhood by yourself. It can be lonely, it can be hardening, it's very hard, sleepless night, you're losing your mind hormonally, a lot of things are happening. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. So I reject that. I reject that completely. Now, there was, a couple on the, Blue Therapy, whatchamacallit episode. I believe the name was it Demi and somebody? Hold on. Let me pull it up. If I'm not mistaken, it was Dami and somebody. It was Dami and Jermaine, right? So they were married, and you had the wife who essentially, obviously, asked for them to be one of the couple receiving therapy and whatnot. And one of the issues was that Jermaine has been way too focused on his career, and he's been essentially neglecting the family dynamic. Like he spends so much time at work, and sometimes I'm just left at home by myself with the kids. And once upon a time, we had bonded over how ambitious we both were, all the dreams and the purpose that we wanted out of our lives. My career was booming. I had a lot of things going on for myself as a person. And now becoming a mother, it's almost, she didn't use the word resentful, but she started feeling as though, like, dang, like you get to just go to work, live your life, have a little bit more, have differences to your day, be around people. Whereas I'm home all the time. I believe at the time they had like two kids, and it's boogers over here. People are throwing up on me, blase, blase, all these different things are happening. And I miss who I was before the children.
Like, I can't just be your wife all day.
Well, you could.
And you had the husband who sort of kind of understood that, but he kind of just maintained this whole attitude of like, well, as a mother, that's kind of like your calling, that's kind of like your purpose, low key, to be at the house and take care of the children. And later on, we found out that they had another child. They had a daughter. She was pregnant with their daughter, and they did all sorts of testing because they are both carriers of, what are they carriers of? Hold on. Yeah, I had to double check, but they were, they're both carriers of sickle cell. I do not understand how the medical, the biology of it all works. But when they ran some, genetic testing, they found that the child would have been born, with sickle cell. And so obviously they decided to go ahead and, terminate that pregnancy. And so the grief of that, they ended up speaking about how the grief of that almost caused him to work even, more, use his work as a way to kind of like cope with that loss, where she was essentially left with two children to take care of. And, the thought of just like grieving by herself and never really escaping, and connecting with him through that grieving process, right? And the conversation came about because he was like, I want a daughter. By any means necessary, I do want a daughter. And she was like, well, we did have a daughter. And so she went on to, tell the story.
But I want a daughter.
It hurts me sometimes because we've had a daughter and we lost her.
And obviously I empathize. That's something that's like really hard for a couple to go through. But I remember as I was watching that, I was like, maybe the therapist offered a little bit more insights that we just never got to see as viewers. But in that moment, I just felt like, dang, like, low key, she's not only grieving her independence, she's not only grieving, her personhood. Because as a mom, like I said, children belong to their mothers, and you lose that autonomy, you lose even your body. Everybody and their mama is touching all up on you. Everybody just doing something. The daddy touching you, the kids touch, like everybody touching you. Okay, everybody already crossed your canal. Some only did one where the other one's going in and out, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody is touching you. So she was already grieving that loss of autonomy, that loss of, purpose and self, purpose in self, right? And in that moment, she's also grieving the loss of her daughter by herself. And it felt as though, yes, he was considerate, but he also distanced himself. And it didn't sound to me like he fully really understood what it may have meant for her. So I've already had two kids, right? Get pregnant a third time to finally get a daughter, and for you to essentially have to terminate that pregnancy. The trauma that he's experiencing, I don't want to invalidate that because he also did lose a child, right? But she literally carried the pain and the trauma in her body. I obviously cannot show everything, but like that was a little clip of that conversation. And I was just kind of like, you saying, yes, you really just want a daughter. What if it does happen again? Like, what if she gets pregnant again and the child is also a carrier of the sickle cell gene or whatever the case is, and she has to go through that again? To feel like she almost like had to relieve that trauma just to give this man a daughter, which at the end of it all, he would still get to go to his work. And one of her complaints was essentially that he almost started having like this work wife type kind of, relationship with the secretary because they would spend all this time together. There were certain things that were never even making it back to her. He just would discuss it with like, the secretary, and they were just like in the same space. And she felt as though their marriage had like a third person in it, right? But like it already happened once. And if it was to happen again because you're insisting on having a daughter, you would then get to escape to your job, whether you heal with her or not, whether you actually do the healthy thing and, sit with her, cry with her, process with her, whether you do that or not, it's going to come a point where you will get to clock into your job, okay, do a little 1, 2, 1, 3, and she will still have to sit at home with the two that are already there, and then have to essentially deal with the trauma of carrying a life that really never was. Children belong to their mothers. And even in the best case scenario where the man is present, the man that actually wants to be a father, the man that actually wants to be supportive, even in the best case scenario, like the mothers just by design carry so much. Part of it is just like, physiologically, like you carry this child. And so when they're out of your body, it's almost like it's your heartbeat that's outside of your body. There's a way that you worry for them. There's a way that you go out of your way to care for them. The fathers, the nannies, the cousins, the aunties, the everybody, nobody really can understand that and exist in that space with you except for you. Right? The support is still there, obviously, right? Like if you have, again, a supportive husband, a mother, whoever, obviously those people are going to come over here and help you, right? Help you as you heal, help you nurse, help you do all of those things. But by default, if you're a mother, comment down below and let me know, right? By default, children end up belonging to their mothers. The mothers just like they carry the mental load. They carry the physical load of it all, obviously, because you're still healing, your coochie is still throbbing. All these things are happening. And a man gets to be like, you know what? I want another child. I want a daughter. I want this and I want that. And their lives don't really change. Their lives literally don't even change for real. For it does change, because of schedule, blase. But like their bodies don't change. Their bodies don't go through the trauma that is pregnancy. It is a traumatic experience. It is. And so as he was speaking, of course I empathize. But I couldn't help but just like sit with her in mind, with Dami in mind. And I was just kind of like, dang, like, I wonder how it feels for her to just sit in that grief. Like carrying a life that never became, like to sit in that and then be asked to do it again, only for her to then sit and be the default parent, the primary parent of these children. Because in addition to the grief, she also spoke about how, like, I want to go back to work. Like, I want my days to look differently. I do not recognize the woman that I am right now. That's just like all about the kids. And it's like, I'm sure you miss me too. You miss the me that was before the kids. I'm sure you do as well.
I'm ready to kind of be Dammy again.
Yeah.
And become the woman that I was before.
Children belong to their mothers. So when our girl sis was over here talking about how like God may want you to experience all these things by yourself before he could reward you with, a good husband, like a good man, like a man that you deserve, that makes God just sound so evil. Comment down below and let me know. It sounds like a wicked person that's going to make you do a whole lot of tootsie rolling and gyrating while they're just like dangling to you something that you want and need, okay? And make you jump through hula hoops before you could get that. That cannot be the character of God. Comment down below and let me know. And it's normal for us to want to justify certain things. It's normal for us to want to be like, to find a way to explain certain things, especially when we're hurt, especially when, things happen not the way that we had wanted it to do, right? I'm the same way. Give me a scenario and I'm not happy with it. I would do all the gymnastics. Like, my mind, like our minds would do that. I understand that. But that as a messaging is very problematic to me. Comment down below and let me know. It is that time again for one of my favorite segments, What the Songwriter Said. So today we're going to be listening to this song. You know, I believe he's a wild man. I believe this baby wild, okay? One thing about wild music, every once in a while, they're going to get them a nice little banger that's going to have you over here like, dang, like what's going on? But this going to be You Are the Reason by Callum Scott. And the thing about wild music with me, okay? Music in general, let me not even say for the whites. I be knowing the songs and the lyrics, but I could not tell you who sang them. Like I could not tell you more songs. I know, like the lyrics, I know the instrumental, I know the vibes, but like my brain not registering nobody. But the songwriter gonna say, okay, there goes my heart beating. I'd hope so. Okay, if you're gonna be amongst the living, your heart better be beating, cause you are the reason. Now, why she gonna be the reason? Any of your lungs, like any of your lungs gonna boom, boom, boom. Like, ain't that your heart job? Any for your lungs to do their job and your call it? Your heart to the little beating? I get the sentiment. I'm losing my sleep. Please come back now. Well, why she left? Okay? Why she left? And why won't you go ahead and get your little NyQuil? There goes my mind racing, my mind getting its Usain Bolt on. And you are the reason. So why is this woman to be blamed for everything? Huh? It's your own heart is racing, it's her fault. You can't sleep, it's her fault. Your heart is beating, it's because of her. Like, what is your body responsible for? Hmm? Please. And you are the reason that I'm still breathing. I'm hopeless now. No hope on the horizon. But let's check under my couch. Hope. Yeah, espoir. Espoir. The hope not here either. And she the reason, okay? Next time something bad happens to me, I'm blaming this lady. Because our good brother cannot sleep. He can't breathe. His heart not gonna beat. All because of our good sis. She must be responsible for a lot of things. Yeah, now let's move on. Now the chorus gonna be, I'd climb every mountain and swim every ocean. How you gonna climb a mountain and your breathing not good? Okay, because she not there. You not sleeping, your breathing not right. And it's like, how you gonna then go ahead and climb a mountain and swim every ocean? How many ocean it's finna be? How many oceans it's finna be? Go hold on. How many oceans? I know the Pacific, and then the Atlantic. Are those the two oceans? Please do not judge me. I'm still learning my geography. How many oceans are there? It's going to be five that's recognized. So some not recognized, huh? Pacific, Atlantic. Oh, I know the Indian Ocean and then the Arctic Ocean. I knew that one too. I didn't know about the Southern Ocean. Okay. So it's going to be five oceans. Okay. Five oceans. And our good brother Colin Scott gonna climb every mountain. So he gonna be down there on Mount Everest, just climbing out of breath, okay, and then sleep deprived. As soon as he's done with that, he gonna then go ahead and swim the Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean, okay. Southern, is it the Southern? The other ocean, okay, the Indian Ocean, and the Atlantica, Arctic, the Arctic Ocean. He gonna swim all of those oceans. All right. I'd climb every mountain and swim every ocean just to be with you. Now where is this baby at? She's just not on the horizon like the blondes be on the horizon. Like where is she at? That you guys are going to climb the mountain, swim every ocean just to be with her? And what did you do that she wasn't next to you right there? So you ain't got to go ahead and be climbing no mountains and swimming every ocean just to be with her. What did you do that made her leave? Okay, because whenever a guy gonna be like, oh, she crazy, ask them what they did. Because the women of God don't just be crazy unannounced. Okay? I'd climb every mountain and swim every ocean just to be with you and fix what I've broken. What you broke? What did you broke? Because I need you to see that you are the reason. The reason for what? Okay. What are we talking about? I understand the sentiment, but what are we talking about? What did you break? So you broke some things, and instead of you to take accountability, you out here trying to climb the mountains, okay, and swim. I'm guessing what you cheated, broke her heart, you know what I'm saying? Maybe stole money from her. You did all of these things. And instead of you to go ahead and take accountability, okay, go down there and get you some therapy. Talk space, better help, somebody. Okay, instead of you to do that, you want to go ahead and be climbing Mount Everest and swimming every ocean, all 5 of them, beloved. Mm-mm-mm. But we be singing, I'll climb every mountain, swim every ocean, just to be with you. Fix what I broken. Oh, 'cause I need you to see that you are the reason. I love it. Okay, comment down below and let me know. I love it. She is the reason. Okay, the gas price is high. She the reason. Okay, the whatchamacallit, the egg gonna be $111 per egg, and they're not even trying to give you the yolk. She the reason. All right, comment down below, let me know what song don't make no doggone sense, but you still be vibing. Okay, this one was for me. We were talking about it with my sister, and I was like, wait a minute, why he climbing when he broke some things? Go fix what you broke, please. Alrighty, y'all, that's it on me for today. I really have fun being back in the studio. If you did too, please go ahead and subscribe on YouTube, follow me, and rate me on Apple and Spotify podcasts. I really, really appreciate you guys watching all the way till the end, leaving a comment, liking. It really goes a long way. And to everybody, if I didn't respond to your comments on YouTube, my bad. I do make a point to respond to every comment because it goes a very, very long way. So thank you so much. And like I said, the next episode, once it airs, I cannot share what it is just yet. But if it does happen and I share it, I will share it in the episode as well. But please, 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 go ahead and just hype up that video. Hype this one too. Hype up the video. I don't even know what it's going to do. I guess it's going to hype some things. If you're watching on YouTube, please hype the video. Let it do what it do. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate your support. I have been your host, okay? This has been yet another installment of Let's Plug It In podcast. I have been your host, and I'm going to be your host for a little while longer if you let me. But for now, I got to go ahead and go, okay? Bye for now.